In this video, I'm going to be explaining how I have a Raspberry Pi hooked up to my laptop via an Ethernet cord, and so I can run slow processes that just take a lot of time and would slow down my laptop on an external computer used as a headless node, and so I can therefore run these slow processes in the background like data dumps and whatever, and they're not costing me any internet speed or compute from my laptop. So without further ado, let's get into this. So you can see here, this is what's going on my screen. So in console, I'm on Kubuntu. That's what I like. And so you can see here, I just have my normal username, and then I type in SSH Pi 5. I had to do some setup to get to that point where it could just enter that. And it says connection refused. And a connection refused is not a bad thing. It just means the Pi is not yet turned on. So basically, it takes like a few minutes for the Pi 5 to turn on. And no route to host means the Ethernet cord is not attached, which I tried briefly. And then I tried and eventually asked for a password and typed in my password, and everything worked. And so here I just did LSBLK as a test, showing that my Raspberry Pi is indeed connected and I can do anything I want that you can do on a usual computer via command line. The Raspberry Pi 5 is on Ubuntu Server. Anyhow, so this is my Ethernet cord. Let's follow that to my computer, and I'll show you my computer setup that powers all this. So, as you can see here, you have the Pi 5 in a Pironman case. So let's see if I can get better lighting on this. It's a little bit of an awkward setup, I have to admit. So let's see. Here we go. So you can kind of see that a little better perhaps. You got a 8TB SSD. It's hard to see the Raspberry Pi, it's so buried in, you can hardly see it, but you can see maybe a little bit of green down there. That's the Raspberry Pi chip. Awesome computer. As you can see, just based on my hand, this is really a small computer. I have a 20TB Seagate drive, or 24, I forgot. Then I have a 4TB SSD NVMe in an enclosure hooked up to a powered port system because the Pi 5 has such a limited power capacity. External things generally need to have their own independent power source. So don't power them over USB. Power them over independent USB. So this is independently powered, and then you connect this for the data to the Pi 5 in the back. And then likewise, I have the Seagate has its own power source because it's an HD spinning disk. And then they have this power strip for hooking up most of the powers for the Raspberry Pi. And other things like this has its own. This is powered, well, that's powered to the wall directly. But then this powers the Raspberry Pi, and this powers if I traced it out, the Seagate drive. So that's my setup. And I use this for things like data dumps, large file transfers that take a long time. This way, they don't cost me internet or compute speed, or whatever, internet speed. So that way, I can do my normal stuff on my laptop and just let this take care of these long, slow processes in the background. So, anyhow, it's great to have this. It's freed me up so much because now I can do what I like doing on my laptop, programming, running intensive processes without bothering about it costing me compute or internet speed. And so I've done this for like Wikipedia data dumps for reading Wikipedia, and I've done this for file transfers, as I said. But the great thing here is I can put this Raspberry Pi in a place in my house which is not convenient for me to work, but it happens to be the place where I have the best Wi-Fi speed. So I can enjoy the Wi-Fi speed without the inconvenience by hooking up over Ethernet cord, and so then I can manipulate it from anywhere in my house where the Ethernet cord can reach. So that's the great thing about Raspberry Pi and using it as a headless node in my system. So now I have a local area network, and it's great.